people suggesting that he may or may not have a case to answer. Nathan Brown's had this to say a short time ago at the press conference in relation to Victor Radley.
I'd be real disappointed I don't even know who did the tackle, but I'd be disappointed if the bloke gets suspended that got in Cossum. I don't know who did it. I don't know who it was, but like, honestly, I understand we should have got a penalty and we should have got a free change, but they can't suspend that bloke for that because Ed was on the ground. And if our game goes to that level, like, understand we've got concussion and things we've got to, but you can't suspend Victor Radley for that. You can't possibly. It's just, Ed was on diving to the ground to do the right thing, and I'm not sure what Victor's supposed to do, so I hope they don't suspend a bloke for that one.
Is that where you think we're getting to, is getting that?
Well, I'm all for the protection of players, and as I said, the ref got it right, and he gave us our penalty. We got our free change because Ed had to go off, but we can't get to the game, get to that where someone like Victor Radley can't play when a bloke's that low to the ground. Yeah, you just can't do it in my opinion. Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, so that was the tackle where he was trying to get out of his own end and he was about 30 centimetres off the ground falling and Victor Radley collected him on. There was no swinging arm or anything. If he's even charged over that, the game's a joke. Seriously.
Well, he headbutted his arm, he didn't.
Exactly.
It wasn't his arm made contact with the head made contact with his arm.
But David, and I think we're all in agreement here that, okay, we understand what the game's doing with HIA and protecting players' heads and everything else. But we need to remember it, and I'm hoping with the addition of former coaches and former referees on the Gym Match Review Committee panel, that they say we are playing a contact sport, a collision sport, where there are going to be collisions. And when a bloke is 30 centimetres off the ground and Victor Radley is attempting to make a tackle, that's not chargeable. There's no swinging arm. There was no intent or malice in the tackle. Okay, it may have hit him high. Penalty sufficient. Move on.
Yep, it was just an accident. Unfortunately, it hit him in the head when he was diving to the ground to stay out of his in goal and not get held in there by the opposition.
So David's getting fired up.
Come on, Levy. Come on, Levy. I've got to go home with you.
You need
Come on.
You need to prod Davey too. He just did a bit of a...
Well, he's called the football. I'm just sort of
afternoon nap time.
taking the chance.
I mean, what time do you have a nap? Do you have a nap at Arvo?
He's got to put his 90 on first, remember? The moo-moo. 8 points to 4. That kick unsuccessful right on half
You
time.
put the socks on as well?
We've even got listeners sending us photos of Davey and a moo-moo too, just quietly.
There's one doing the rounds, I think.
There's one on social media doing the rounds, Davey, of you and a moo-moo. 8 points to 4, half-time. Dragons lead the Knights earlier. The Roosters over the Warriors 22-14. A break and back to ball.
You need to get a booster to stay up to date with your COVID-19 vaccinations. Boosters are now approved for everyone 16 years and older, 3 months after your second dose. Boosters increase your protection against becoming very sick or dying from COVID-19 and are available through GPs, pharmacists or other healthcare professionals. Book your booster at australia.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra. Can you feel it? That long-term feeling. Can you hear it? Can you taste it? That first sip of freedom, mixed with the best. Weekends aren't weekends without Fever Tree.
Lionel, what is April now for? Food. It's not always about you, Lionel.
Cross fun?
Not about you.
I know where this is going.
Where is it going?
The Bingley Apple Sale. It's going off.
It's going on.
It's going off, Mum. With huge deals store-wide. Fridges, TVs, coffee machines, washing machines, dryers, cooktops, soundbars, computers, and more.
It's on now. The April sale at Bingley.
Australian family-owned.
Hi, I'm cardiologist Clara Chow, and I'm here with the Heart Foundation to emphasise the importance of women's heart health. I see many women who are shocked when I tell them they have just survived a heart attack. They assume it only affects men, but heart disease is the leading cause of death in both men and women. Needing a healthy heart is something we all have in common. Look after yours by booking a heart health check with your GP today. Or to find out more, visit heartfoundation.org.au.
Sydney's 2GB is a member of the Nine Corporate Group and has cross-media relationships with Nine's television stations and with Nine's newspapers, including the Sydney Morning Herald and the Australian Financial Review.
The continuous cold team, thanks to McDonald's. Get the McValue bundle today. All your favourites in one simple order for just $24.95. Available in-store, drive-through or delivery.
Now, just a couple of stories to alert you to. You'll hear more about this in the news. A woman's died and 3 others have been taken to hospital after being pulled from the water at a beach in the state's County New South Wales. o'clock, emergency services were called to Surf Beach off Beach Road, about 8 kilometres south of Batemans Bay, after reports of a group of swimmers in distress. Sadly, a woman in her 40s was treated at the scene before being airlifted to a local hospital where she died a short time later. 3 other swimmers, 2 men and a woman, were also taken to a hospital with 1 man airlifted. There have been a few other swimmers assessed at the scene, so we'll have some more details coming up in the news. And Dean Bulldog Richie is reporting in the Telegraph that Newcastle has sensationally withdrawn a 3-year contract extension for Kalen Ponga, freeing the night superstar to become the Dolphins' first marquee signing. We'll catch up with Michael Chammas after the news at 5 o'clock. This is a big story, Darryl, that Newcastle has pulled its 3-year offer for Kalen Ponga, and Wayne Bennett might get his man at the Dolphins.
Well, sort of half I thought they might get him all along. I think I don't know, but it just seems dragged on. For Bennett to come down to Sydney and see him, I mean, Bennett's a massive attraction, I would think, for any player. And Ponga, to me, doesn't look all that happy up there. He's copped a bit of criticism in the last few weeks. Playing quite well today from what I've seen, but he's copped a bit of criticism, and I'll be surprised if he doesn't go to the Dolphins.
So that story broken by Dean Ritchie in the Telegraph. Newcastle pulling its 3-year contract extension for Kalen Ponga, and it's expected he will sign with the Dolphins as their first marquee signing. And boy, don't they need him, given at the moment they're hanging their hat on the Bromwich brothers and Felice Kafusi. They need a superstar player, whether it's Munster in 2024, who knows, but at this stage, it looks like Kalen Ponga will be a Dolphin in 2023. And dear boys, applauding Brownie for his comments re Victor Radley. He could have easily poured petrol on the fire from Jason. Well, Brownie's a rugby league legend in his own right, what he did on the football field, and he understands how the game works. And I'm sure, given the decent person that he is, he would hate to see a player of Victor Radley's calibre on the sidelines for a suspension over a tackle that we saw in that game of football here at the SCG today. Nothing in it, penalty sufficient, move on. Quick break, back with more.
My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Get that surprise Macca's for dinner feeling when you earn points to redeem on your favourites, like a Big Mac. Download the My Macca's app and start earning today. Value means more at Macca's. T's and C's apply. See our website for details.
There's certain things in life you can count on, like your friends and family counting on you when they need you, and you counting on staying healthy this flu season. With Blooms the Chemist. For professional advice, products, and to book your vaccinations this flu season, visit bloomsthechemist.com.au. Blooms the Chemist, where your health comes first.
G'day, I'm Ned, and I've been a road worker for over 12 years. Every day when I'm on the work site, I see drivers who are going too fast and not paying attention to their surroundings. They're making the roads dangerous for everyone, including us. So when you're driving through roadworks, always slow down and keep us road workers safe. Slow down, road workers around.
Whether it's for work or play, you'll find it at Officeworks. Like the Bathurst Racer high-back chair, just $129. And the Typhoon Bathurst LED gaming desk, only $119. Great product, always low prices at Officeworks.
Discover Alaska and Canada with TripADeal. Enjoy 15 days from only $4,999 per person twin share. Includes flights, accommodation, 7-night cruise and more. Book now at tripadeal.com.au. T's and C's apply.
Can you feel it? That weekend feeling. Can you hear it? Can you taste it? That first sip of freedom mixed with the best. Weekends aren't weekends without Fever Tree. You're listening to the Continuous Call Team on 2GB 873. Thanks to McDonald's, Harvey Norman, Pilot, Ampol, and Catch Fitness.
Half-time in Wollongong, the Dragons leading Newcastle by 8 points to 4, and earlier here at the SCG, the Roosters over the Warriors by 22 points to 14. Coming up after the news at 5 o'clock, we'll check in with Michael Chammas with some of the big news in rugby league, including the story in relation to Newcastle's Kalen Ponga, with the Knights pulling their 3-year contract extension, and it appears that Ponga will be making the move to Queensland, to the Dolphins. as their first marquee signing next year. As always, love to hear from you, 131873. You can email us via the websites and text 0460 873 873. A break for some news, back with the next hour of the continuous call time.
The Lexus Melbourne Cup Tour. In 19 years, Australia's most famous trophy has travelled more than 760,000 kilometres and visited over 560 destinations. Now, your town has a chance to share in the magic of the Cup. Plus, one destination will win $50,000 to support a charity of their choice. Head to melbournecuptour.com.au to apply now and be part of the journey that is the Lexus Melbourne Cup Tour.
Don't miss the Eels and Tigers, 4 p.m. Monday on 2GB. Sydney's 2GB 873.
In this bulletin, another election blunder, tragedy at a South Coast beach and ferries at capacity. It's 5 o'clock. Good afternoon, I'm Meg Van Mooyhausen. The Prime Minister has taken a swipe at opposition leader Anthony Albanese after another stumble on border protection policy. Mr Albanese told journalists in Cairns he would keep temporary protection visas if he wins next month's federal election. After the press conference, he clarified his comments, saying Labor doesn't support the continuation of the visa class. Scott Morrison says the confusion is astounding.
All three strands are needed to ensure we have a strong border protection policy. And I do know that the Labor Party have never believed in it, they've never supported it, they've never understood it, and that's why they can't be trusted to keep it.
While Labor is sounding the alarm over the Prime Minister's pick for his new Health Minister, Senator Anne Ruston will take on the portfolio from retiring MP Greg Hunt if the Morrison government is re-elected in May. Anthony Albanese says it sends a bad message, arguing Senator Ruston would make cuts to Medicare. A woman has died and 3 others have been taken to hospital after being pulled from the water on the south coast. 10 people were brought back to shore after being swept off the rocks at Bateman's Bay. A man is in a critical condition following a stabbing attack in Sydney's south. James Wilson reports.
The 25-year-old man is clinging to life in hospital after being stabbed in the chest, leg and arm during a robbery early this morning. The victim was carried by his friend, 28-year-old Sam Hitchens, for several hundred metres to a nearby apartment block. Hitchens telling 9 News they were ambushed. The pair were waiting in the Woolworths car park at Walleye Creek when 2 men confronted them just after 5 a.m. Police are investigating if the incident was sparked